So challenge 3 was all about prototyping. Essentially, we're taking our ideas, turning them into a tangible form, into a product, some preliminary prototype, and then getting those into the hands of our end users for testing.
The prototype I'm most proud of would definitely be my second and third ones. So the landing page, that involved a lot of design process and like thinking about photos and how to make things look aesthetically pleasing. And I did it all on my own, so I think it turned out a lot nicer than I had expected it to be. And then same with the actual label and physical pot.
I would say our most proud moment in terms of prototyping was when we actually printed our caterpillar design, but with the material and in the color that we desired the most. So it definitely brought our vision to life.
So the prototype that I guess we're most proud of is probably the handheld device. So we actually had the opportunity to 3D print it in its life-size form and actually create a functional model which is able to actually highlight nerves now as well.
The prototype that we're the most proud of is our last prototype that we worked on, which was the refined video mockup. So we took elements of our initial video mockup and we actually used videos from our second prototype and created this really specific and relevant production of what Proud Vision is going to look like in the future.
Big defining moment for us was when we finally got to interview children. Parents were really willing to talk with us and they gave us consent to take pictures and interview their children. And when we saw our toy product in the hands of these kids, having them play with our caterpillar and our products just really reaffirmed why we came together and made this team in the first place.
The defining moment for me was when I was working on that sort of editing phase, when I was working on that mock-up video, because it's one thing to sort of have the idea in your head and it's another to really see it on camera and actually seeing what this could look like in practice. So I actually personally was like having that moment where I was like, wow, this looks really cool. I love this.
So this challenge definitely made me realize how difficult it is to make prototypes that can be used to test for what you want. It highly depends on the time that you have and what you can create in that time frame and what the end users will say about it. But it's definitely important to speak with the end users and make the changes that are recommended by majority of the end users and their feedback.
This challenge has done a lot for us because it's shown us how crucial feedback really is when trying to move forward with any kind of startup, because catering to users and decision makers and various different other demographics and kind of customer bases, you have to understand that there's feedback that you require from every single kind of individual or every single section that you're trying to cater to. And I guess like that's what we really learned. And I guess like the failure point, I guess like regarding prototyping, there's a lot of failures that are going to come up. There's a lot of like mistakes that you're going to make. There's a lot of iterations that you're going to have to go through that are going to eventually have to be fixed through more and more conversations with these individuals.
Challenge 4 is, I believe it's marketing strategy and brand strategy. So that's going to be really sort of a great opportunity to connect with the audience and focus on the social media aspect that I've been working on. So I'm looking forward to that.